parasite killed more people than all the wars combined. That is according to the National Geographic channel. Why are we talking about parasites? I'm talking about parasite because I want to bring awareness of a piece of the puzzle that most people are neglecting and they're not addressing. Now, my journey started with parasite cleanse when I wanted so desperately to eliminate my digestive issues. I was bloated all of the time. I was tired all of the time, and I felt terrible in my body. I lived on coffee. I went on my journey to improving my health, eliminating my symptoms, and I did almost everything. You name it, I did it. I tried all the herbs. I followed the gurus on social media. I lived on Dr. Google. And if he said something was going to be good for bloat, I tried it. I changed my diet. I did a lot. But yet I felt a little to no improvement. As I went on my journey and I started detoxing, I detox 4 times per year. Detoxing meaning that I cleanse my liver, my kidneys, my lymph, my skin. I started seeing improvement, but this improvement weren't lasting. I didn't know what I was doing wrong until I spoke to a functional medicine doctor, colleague of mine, because I went back to learning functional medicine, migrating from conventional to functional. And she said, Dr. Jeanty, have you ever done a parasite cleanse? I looked at her like she was crazy. Because I said to myself, what are you talking about? We live in America. There's no such thing as parasite. This is the most amazing advanced country. We are like number one. I don't know what you're talking about. And she was like, well, if you think you don't have parasites, you have another thing coming. You need to rethink that. You need to change your mindset, dismantle old beliefs because everybody has parasites. So, as I am coachable, I'm always looking for ways to improve my health. And I'm always looking to try things because you never know until you do it. You take actions, you try it. I'm one of those people that will not dismiss something until I tried it. So I went home after our conversation. I'm like, okay, well, maybe she might be right. Because she's like, well, you're doing everything. You change your diet, you're eating more fruit, you're eating more vegetables, you're not drinking coffee like you used to anymore, you give up the grains, like you're doing a lot of healthy things, but yet your results and the outcomes are not lasting. You're missing something. I was like, okay. So I went and I'm like, okay, maybe I should listen because I am of a belief if I'm talking to you about something and I'm hearing it, it was meant for me. That's why I believe. I feel like my guide, the God that I serve, my intuition led me to having this conversation with this lady. And now I can either dismiss and do nothing and be in a state of confusion, like I was, like I'm doing everything, or I can take that advice and implement it and see if it worked for me. That's exactly what I did because I was doing a lot of things. Many of you are doing a lot of things. You're seeing all the doctors, you're hiring all the coaches. Like you're doing a lot of things. You're doing the protein shake, you changing your diet, you're exercising, you're trying to lose weight, you're doing the medications, the supplements, but yet you feel something, but that feeling is not lasting. You might have more energy, but that energy is not lasting. You find yourself plateauing, you find yourself being sluggish again. And that's why I want to raise the awareness. Now, every year I do 4 detoxes. You're going to hear me say this a lot because it is the foundation of healing your body. You need to remove. And then I do 1 parasite cleanse. Now, I do it every year around this time, end of October, going into November, because I want to prep my body before the holiday seasons. Thanksgiving is coming, Christmas is coming. We're in the year of 2025 at the time I'm recording this. I want to make sure that I am eliminating, freeing up my cells, catering to my cells, because you never know what we're going to be eating. If we're going to be honest, we are not perfect here. And this year, I'm going to do it as a group. So if you are interested in the information I'm going to give you, and you resonate and you like me, you're like, oh, maybe I was meant to hear this. I would love for you to join me in the Parasite Cleanse group. This is 14 days with 10 days of Parasite Cleanse, where I'm going to be guiding you. I'm going to be going on this journey with you. Everything's included, all the herbs that you need, the meal plans that you need. We have 2 Zoom meetings. We have a highly effective community where I'm going to show up every day to serve you, to help you, to address anything that might come up. Because when it comes to parasitic cleanse, it is not something, if you're doing it for the first time, you should not do it by yourself. Because there could be so many detox reactions. I know when I did mine, I went on it by myself because I didn't have the help. I didn't have the support. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do a parasite cleanse. So this doctor said, oh, you should try this product, that product. But then we had like, I was taking like 20 pills, okay, because I wanted to feel the effect. And because of the types of parasites that I'm going to discuss with you today in this video, you're going to see why it is important to have an effective parasite cleanse protocol that's going to actually help you eliminate these things. It's not something you can just go on Google and just take some parasite. These things don't work. Those products don't work. You need to have a strategic process of eliminating parasites. So I would love for you to join me because I'm going to guide you. I'm going to show you exactly how I do mine, how I'm able to prevent, eliminate detox reactions so you can finish this journey successful, to cleanse your cells of parasite, to learn how to do it again, because I would love for you to rinse and repeat once a year, but you're going to learn with me. You're going to learn how your body adjusts to these herbs and what you should do if you feel a certain ways. Do not do this by yourself. Don't, because you are going to give up. Because the minute you feel something, like the increased fatigue, the bloating is increasing, the gas is increasing, this parasite are releasing toxins and your rash is increasing, you're gonna give up. But if you have a way of doing it, because in this parasite cleanse, we're doing as a group, we're gonna take 2 days to prep the body, right? And then we're gonna go into a full days of cleansing and then 2 days of transitioning. And then you have access to me for a whole month because I'm giving you full size products. You're not gonna use all of the products, so therefore you're gonna have some leftovers you can use, but everything is in the program, everything's included. So I would love for you to join me, the link below. Today, I want to talk to you about the different types of parasites. Why is this important? This is important because I want you to learn. Because when you go on this parasite cleanse, things are coming out. I want you to be able to identify what that thing is. It is one thing to say, hey, I have parasites and I'm eliminating parasites. It's another thing for you to say, oh, yeah, it's protozoa, right? It is ectoparasites. I want you to put a name to the things, to the parasite, to the eggs, to the mucus that are coming out of your body. It is very important. Knowledge is power. You can be dangerous and you are responsible for healing your body. But so that's how we do. We're gonna go over the different types of parasites. So this series is called The Truth About Parasite. In the next video, we're gonna talk about the symptoms associated with the parasites. And also the next video is we're gonna talk about the common or hidden sources of parasites. Because I want you to learn how you can get these things in your body. 90% of Americans have parasites, they're not even aware of it. Mind-boggling. That used to be me. I didn't know there was parasite. As a doctor, we didn't learn these things from school. So what are you talking about, parasite? No way, get out of here. But when in fact I did, I did. And as you're gonna learn going through this journey, how you get in the parasites, where you get in the parasites, and of course, with the parasite cleanse, how you can eliminate them. All right. So parasites tends to be more active at night. Did you know that? Many of you guys that are suffering with insomnia, symptoms in the middle of the night could be parasite. But of course, you can have symptoms the whole day. You can have symptoms that will just be activated in one day. You can have symptoms. It might take weeks for you to feel symptoms, years for you to feel symptoms, like you never know. So symptoms of parasites infections aren't immediate. Just know that. Can take longer period of time. You can just have a lot of parasite, you feel great, and then months later, like, oh, what is this? I haven't changed anything. I'm doing the same thing, but yet I'm feeling crappy. Could be parasite. In addition to, keep in mind, parasites are like the Trojan horse. What does that mean? Parasites hold on to other pathogens, mold. If you want to heal from mold, you have to get rid of parasites. Lyme's disease, there are certain strains of parasite, like from the ticks, that transmit Lyme. Viruses, like the West Nile virus, again, parasite. So you're not just cleansing parasite when you do this, you're also eliminating other pathogens that could be holding onto the parasite. All right, so different types of parasite. There are three major categories or types of parasites that the human body hold on to. So it is helpful to understand each type because again, as you're eliminating them, it'll be great for you to understand what is coming out to your stools. Some of them you can see, some of them you cannot. Like the protozoans that we're gonna talk about, you cannot see them, but the worms you can. All right, the first type of parasite I want to discuss with you is the ectoparasites. Why is this important? Because you guys, a lot of people are exposed to these parasites every day. How? Lice. Do anybody has lice? bugs, bed bugs, flies, fleas from your dogs, mites from chicken, including the chicken scabies, mosquitoes in the summertime, ticks in the area. I live in New Jersey. Tick bites is a thing here. So you also getting parasites. So if you have Lyme's disease, you're only addressing the bacteria, you're not addressing parasites, you're not gonna heal from Lyme. Lyme will always come back. So some ectoparasites, such as bed bugs, are only visible temporarily. So they visit temporarily. So that means bed bugs come for the blood meal and then they leave. They don't stay for a long time. Other ectoparasites not only feed on unsuspected people, but many of them are also vectors that carry other pathogen. They get transmitted to the host. What does that mean? Like mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are ectoparasite. Ticks are ectoparasite. They also carry, like the mosquitoes will carry the West Nile virus. The ectoparasites with ticks will also carry Borrelia, the bacteria for Lyme's disease, Bartonella, Babesia, like co-infection. So that's why, again, if we focus on one thing, we're missing this whole thing over here. So that ectoparasite, so we get it from bed bugs, fleas, lice, mites, mosquitoes, tick bite, right? The other types of parasite we have is helminths. Helminths are called the parasitic worms, like the worms that we see. They can grow up to be 12 inches long. You can see them. You can see them coming out of your body. So they gravitate towards areas of the body. So they can stay in your lungs, they can stay in your small and large intestines. But with the helminths, we have different types of worms. We have the round worms, and also we have the flat worms. So these parasitic worms, also known as nanodites. So they could infect various areas of the body, as I mentioned, like the intestines, the liver, the lungs, the skin, and also the tissues and muscles. And the subtypes of the roundworms are hookworms and the pinworms. The hookworms get the names because of the hook-like bend. The pinworms are so-called pinworms due to the female pin-like tail. So again, that's how we're going to identify them. So if you have a worms coming out, are you looking for hook-like or pin-like tail? The hookworms that affect the gut also causes anemia. The common intestinal roundworms that causes abdominal discomfort. The pinworms also affects the colon that makes the anus itching, like many people have rectal itching. That's from the pinworm. The hookworm that affects the gut also causes anemia. So it affects the gut, the lungs, we said the liver, the kidneys. So these are the worms. Again, they are visible to the eyes when they come out. They can come out, they can be painful, they can cause a lot of pain. They can come out via diarrhea, constipation, like there's so many ways they come out. You can also have them in your muscles. And again, this musculoskeletal pain that you have could be parasite. And then you have the flatworms. The flatworms are like liver flukes that people get because of eating raw fish. We're going to talk about how we get parasites. And you can also get long tapeworms from people eating pork. And these are very, very important because, again, they stay in your bodies and you don't know you have them, and they cause major issues to your small intestine. And this can also lead to nausea, they can lead to leaky gut, they can lead to gallbladder issues. It's so many things. The last types of parasite that we have is protozoan parasites. You need a microscope to see protozoan parasites. They are single cell parasites, so that means they are not visible to the naked eye, but they are very common. So some examples of protozoan parasites is like Babesia, which is a Lyme co-infection that causes flu-like symptoms and anemia. So when people have cold, flu, is it only the flu you have, or is the parasite also being activated? Then you also have blastocystis hymenus. Again, that causes leaky gut, leads to food sensitivities. What else? You have Giardia lamblia, causes diarrhea, gassy stools that floats and causes upset stomach. You have Toxoplasma gondii, which causes flu-like symptoms. I mean, again, itching, there's so many symptoms that are associated with parasite that you might not be aware of. And that's why I want to do this series to bring awareness and also teach you some things that you might not consider to help you on your journey to healing your body by addressing parasite as well. Specific parasites tends to affects certain types of cells. For example, Plasmodium affects the red blood cells, and the blastocystis infects the intestinal cells. So again, it's just instead of us sitting here and just thinking of ways to heal our bodies, just cleanse them out of your body. If you are interested, again, in the parasite cleanse that we have coming up, the links below, I would love for you to join us. Until then, I'll see you on the next video.